So here's another battle report. This time this is my Bretonnian army versus a combined dwarf army. My opponent in this is a guy at the local gaming club and who volunteered very graciously to play with my 11-year-old son. So my son had a 1250 dwarf list that I let him include a lord with, and then the other guy had a 1,000-point list, and so they combined forces to fight me. So and it's funny, the 11-year-old's my 11-year-old son, you can't take him for granted. I mean, you look at him, he's 11, you think you're just going to wipe him off the board, and then he'll turn around and surprise you. We ran a tournament a couple months ago, just a small one, maybe 8 players, and I got lucky and won it, and my son took 4th. So he's not a bad little player. And my daughter was taking pictures for this when she's 14, so kudos to her. And it helps speed the game up a little bit. But anyway, the dwarfs set up opposite me. You see in the upper left-hand corner they have a unit of quarrelers and a unit of thunderers. And then on the left they have 20 strong warriors, a bolt thrower, a cannon, an organ gun. 20 more warriors with their dwarf lord in there. There's 20 iron breakers. At the moment there's a thane with those iron breakers, and then in turn 2 we realized that they didn't spend the points to put the thane in their army list, so we just took them out. Anyway, there's another organ gun. I hate those things. There's another unit of 20 warriors. There's a unit of 10 thunderers, and then another bolt thrower. So it's really core heavy. They do have some decent shooting in there. For the Brets on the right hand side at the bottom, you can see there's a forest. Behind the forest I'm hiding a unit of 3 Pegasus Knights. Then I have in the forest 10 skirmishing peasant bowmen. I have a unit of 10 bowmen, a unit of 9 knights errant. Right behind that impassable terrain. I've got 10 more bowmen, a unit of 5 fast cav, 20 men-at-arms. Up on the hill I have a trebuchet. Behind the trebuchet I've got my second unit of Pegasus Knights. Next to them I have my general on the Royal Pegasus. 8 Knights of the Realm with my BSB. To the left of them at the back of the board I have 5 Grail Knights. There's a damsel with them. And to the left of them, I've got 5 Knights of the Realm and 5 Knights Errant. And you notice the Knights of the Realm and Knights Errant are in different formations. I've got 5 wide on one, and I'm kind of in a pseudo lance formation with the other one. Just really testing that out, see which, when I'm only taking 5 guys, see which one I like better. So here we go. Dwarfs go turn 1 because my people are praying for the ward save. They move up as well as dwarfs can. Their shooting was just atrocious. Their quarrelers, thunderers, both organ guns, they're all out of range. Both their bolt throwers miss. Their cannon shoots, misfires, and destroys itself. So for a list that's going pretty heavy on core warrior units, their shooting phase is just awful. Oh, and another thing I forgot to say in deployment, if you look behind the iron breakers, there's a gray character. They have a slayer guy there hiding behind the iron breakers. So there's another picture of the gap on the hill where the cannon used to be. Can't say I was sorry to see that thing go. So my turn 1, I'm moving up. I think my main goal here was I wanted to threaten the war machines as quickly as possible and then set up charges, favorable charges on the dwarf units. I think for the most part, if dwarfs can keep themselves close to each other and deny me flanks, it's just really tough to beat them because it's hard to make them run, and they will beat me in round 2 combat. So I needed to disrupt his formations a little bit. The only thing I've going for me is he has that unit on the left. He has a hill between all of his other units and the warrior unit on the left. And personally, I think that was kind of a mistake that my son made with that deployment, but whatever. I need to get him turned somehow. So you'll notice I did something a little bit different with my fast cav. I saw a gap between his Ironbreakers unit and his warrior units on the right, and right between that gap was his organ gun, the one on the ground. So I lined my fast cav up, single file, and moved him up so that next turn I should be able to get a charge on that organ gun, and what I'm hoping to do is force him to either shoot at my fast cav, which I don't mind if I lose him, move his organ gun so he can't fire this turn, or block my line of sight but if he does that, that's going to be an awkward movement for his core troops. So wasn't sure what was going to develop there, but moving my fast cav like that was purposeful, trying to maybe disrupt his plans and dictate what happens on the board a little bit. This is what the right-hand side of the board looks like. You can see I just moved up. I brought my 5-man Knights of the Realm and my unit of Pegasus Knights up, threatening his right flank. And on that flank, if you remember, there's a Bolt Thrower and there are 10 Thunders. So I just want to get them off the board, and then I'll use those units to swing around and help me out. I think I've got plenty of combat power in those other cavalry units. So it's still turn 1. I take all 30 of my peasant bowmen and shoot at his organ gun crew, and odds are I kill 2 people, and 2 people killed is what I did, so can't complain about that. What that does is if I get in combat with him, I mean, he's stubborn 9, so I need to kill everybody, and so getting him from 3 to 1 helps. Plus now he can shoot on turn 2, but after that he can only shoot every other turn, so it helps out as well. I was pretty happy with that performance. So this is what the battlefield looks like after turn 1. Turn 2, the dwarf miners appear, and I just totally forgot about these guys showing up. I really didn't have a way set up to deal with them. In hindsight, I should have just let them kill that trebuchet and otherwise not be a factor in the game. But whatever. They showed up. His guys move up a little bit. There's really not a whole lot he can do. Move his little dwarf legs. He turns that organ gun on my Pegasus Knights on the bottom of the board, on my left, and kills 1 and forces a panic test, which you can see what I rolled there. So they turned and fled. So now I'm a little bit worried because they were my hope for charging his war machines on the hill. And so he's just bought himself a turn without them really being threatened. So at the end of his turn, this is what I'm looking at. And although I have some charges I could make, what I decide is not to make too many. I'm going to take that fast cav unit right through that gap and charge his organ gun in the middle of the picture. And on the top, I'm going to take those Knights of the Realm and that Pegasus Knight unit, and I'm going to charge his left flank at the top of the screen, that Bolt Thrower and those Thunderers. So there's what I call my weird fast cav charge. And really what I was hoping here, I had about 50-50 odds of getting a wound, and I would definitely have outnumber. More than likely, he should get 1 wound on me. That means I win combat by 1, he has a stubborn 9, and we hold. All I want to do is hold in combat there, because, as you can see in this picture, it just kind of makes it awkward for him. His Iron Breakers either can't move, or they have to turn and go forward to his right, my left, thus offering his flank to all my big units coming up from that right-hand side. Or he can charge the fast cav unit, in which case he offers his flank to the other units I have. So that actually worked out nice for me. Anyway, just making it awkward for him. So there we go on the right-hand side. You see my Knights of the Realm. They charged his Bolt Thrower crew. They won combat, but they didn't destroy it completely, so they're stuck there. The Pegasus Knights charged the Thunderers, so he has 10 shots on a stand and shoot. I'm a skirmisher. It's stand and shoot. I'm over half distance, so it takes 6s to hit, 4s to wound. I save on a 5 armor save, and then I get a 6 ward save. And with all that, he did 4 wounds on me. I thought it was just, ugh, that was brutal. So now my Pegasus Knight's in trouble if those Knights of the Realm don't get up there to help him out a little bit. What I affectionately call my little chicken riders, they rally at the bottom of the board. These are the ones that got picked on by that organ gun. So at the end of my movement, you can see I'm locked in combat at the top. I've got my my smaller unit of Knights errant right next to my Grail Knights, kind of next to my BSB unit. So they're all setting up kind of on the side of him. And I took my archers in the middle of the screen and just kind of swung them like a door. and moved my knights, my big unit of knights errant up. So I think that kind of surprised him a little bit too. Now I don't get to shoot with those bowmen, but all of a sudden I have that big unit of knights ready to charge anything that comes to me. And you see how he's set up right now. He's got his warriors unit in the middle of the board, protecting the flank of his Iron Breakers unit. And that's what I was worried about, because if I hit these guys head on all the way across the board, I think he's going to win. And that's where, well, I'll talk about that in just a minute. Anyway, so again, I take all my bowmen that can shoot. I shoot at his war machine crew. I take one off the bolt thrower on the hill.